Right. Hello, everyone. I am back. Can you hear me now? I've just decided to go straight on the page because there seems to be some issues for some reason. This is the only page that I can't use my Bluetooth on. So just asking if you can you hear me? That would be great. If you can let me know. Fantastic. It looks like we are live. This works on every other page that I use, so I'm not sure why it's not working here. Hi everyone, welcome back, and thank you so much for joining me on today's show. As I said, it's a pleasure and an honor to be here to serve you and help you all through whatever you're being challenged with at the moment. Let's awaken your inner power on the Spiritual Events Directory and really push through everything that is going on for you. So fantastic. If we have got any challenges going on at the moment, let me know. We would love to really work on that on a deep level for you, find out what the root cause of all of this is, and really look at being able to push through as much as we can and get as much information out to you as we possibly can. Hello, Kim. Hello, lovely. Thank you for being here. Kate, good morning to you too, my lovely. It's so good to have you guys here. And, I was saying to my husband last night that I turned the air conditioner on in one of the other rooms and the television went on. So I don't know what's going on with cyberspace at the moment. Technology just seems to be all over the place. So hopefully it's not going to last forever. I'm not sure why my Bluetooth does not work on this page. It should still allow the sound to go through, even if the Bluetooth's not working. Don't know. Hello, my gorgeous husband. He's on the show today, and it's wonderful to have him here. He doesn't often get to make it. So, Christy, welcome to the show. Natasha, thank you so much for being here. And where are you all from, and what's the weather doing where you are at the moment? I know that in Australia, there's still a lot of issues with the weather. We've had the fires, we've had the dust storms, we've had the rain and flooding in some areas. So it's just from one extreme to another. I know my parents are in Canberra. They've had hail recently, and I'm heading down there next weekend. So I hope that we get just a nice day so that we can all spend that together with the families. So absolutely love your purple butterfly wallpaper. Thank you, Kim. It's gorgeous, I know, and one of the reasons that I bought it. So very hot, Christy. Where are you, Christy? Good morning from Sydney. How's the weather settled down there, Kim? I know that you had horrific bushfires all around there as well. Queensland, yes, it's very hot and humid in Queensland today, yesterday, and the day before. In fact, since that rain has been on and off, it seems to be humid more than it's not. So I'm just going to have a little sip of my peppermint tea. Okay. Overcast in Toowoomba, Kate. Okay. Yes, it is a little bit overcast, and I think, when it rains and then you get that little bit of sunshine, the heat comes and then the clouds come, it just gets that humidity with all the moisture in the air. So, yeah, it can be very hot. Big storm today, Kim. Okay. In Sydney. Okay, yeah. Yeah, we've been getting them late afternoon and sometimes sort of into the evening. So, yeah. And Brian's jumped on. Welcome, Brian. I watched one of your shows the other day. It was the replay. So thanks. I know you're very consistently just popping in, and I really appreciate that. Very grateful to you, Brian. What have we got? Natasha just moved here. I thought that was the no, this is extreme weather at the moment, Natasha. It's definitely not the norm. With all the climate change that's going on, it really is affecting everything that we do. So Bram, hello, welcome to the show. I hope I've said that correctly. So what's going on for everyone today? What are you going through? What do you need help with? That's what I'm here for. So please ask the question and let me give you some strategies and some tips on how you can work through that easily and effortlessly. So I'm all about making things easy. My time is so precious, so it's really great to just be able to keep things as simple as possible. And we have Colleen. Welcome, Colleen. Welcome back. I've seen you on here a few times before, so thank you again for spending some time with us. Hi, Lily from Adelaide. Now, what did I hear about Adelaide the other day? Is everything okay down there? I hope you're all safe, and I hope everybody is safe. So, let's take a moment to really think about all those that have lost homes through bushfires and flooding, and really had some things going on. So, I really do. Tips to sleep. This is a good one. So, it's interesting because my sleep patterns have, up until, more recently, have been really, really intermittent. I do spend a lot of time during the night waking and going back to sleep, waking and going back to sleep. And I also do notice that because I drink a lot of water, and I drink a lot all day and even up until when I do go to bed, of course there's a reaction there where I do have to get up and go to the loo during the night. But sleeping is one of those things you do have to do everything possible to keep your patterns regular. So that's a really big key point in keeping good sleep habits. So that would be one thing that I would say. Whatever your sleep need and requirement is, then I would definitely be looking at making sure that you go to bed in time to have that 7, 8, 8.5 hours, whatever it is that your body needs for you to recoup and rejuvenate and, come back revitalized every morning. But one thing I have been doing over the past 6 months or so, I've actually added sleeping to my affirmations. My affirmations that I do every day, and those that are on this show regularly will see that these are things that I do every single day without fail as part of my routine. So on that, on those affirmations, what I write is, I am so happy and grateful now that I experience a peaceful and restful night's sleep every single night. So every single to determine that it's every day. But it's every single day. It's not just every day that you want to have a good night's sleep. So every single night, and that I rise every morning feeling rejuvenated, revitalized, and recharged, ready to face my day. So that I found after a week, my sleep pattern was very much more peaceful, which meant that I was actually having a really great night's sleep. I'm going to sleep, pretty much as soon as I get to bed, and I'm doing everything possible to keep a sleep routine so that I'm going to bed at the same time every night and getting up around about the same time every morning. And that's really helped the way that I sleep. So that would be two things that I would definitely be looking at. If you're not getting enough sleep, there is definitely going to activity there that's going to create lack of sleep and not enough sleep. If you're going to sleep after you become very, very tired and move through that, then being overtired can obviously cause some challenges with getting to sleep, because you've already gone past the point. And even if you're not tired, go to bed And this is another thing I've been really consciously doing, because I'm sitting there thinking I'm not really tired, but you know what? It's time for me to go to bed, and I fall asleep quicker than when I'm feeling really tired. So there is definitely patterns in your sleeping ability for a peaceful and restful night's sleep. So hopefully that's helped, Colleen. Kim, hello, dealing with the loss of your fur baby. I cried for days about the loss of the animal. Oh dear, yes, in the bushfires, yes. So that would be triggering the loss of your own fur baby. I'm not sure how recent that is. Kim, it's really important to make sure that you're pushing through with memories of the good things and remembering your animal for that purpose. And yes, the anniversary can be quite devastating and bring up, some grieving again and some sadness. But definitely look at, all the good things and write them down. Write down all the good things about that animal that you've lost, and put in there, the things, the personality traits that really made you laugh, and write those down and really, really look and feel those emotional and celebrate that side. That's really important. And, grief is different for everybody, and the time for grief is different for everyone. But definitely do those things, because that's going to bring up the happy, joyful moments that you've spent with that fur baby, rather than, feeling the sadness of the loss. And this is how we should be adapting to any sort of grief. And I don't mean that disrespectfully to anybody, but celebrating the life rather than the loss. And I think that makes a big difference. So hopefully that's helped, Kim. Will you find a new love this year? Kim, tell me, do you really want to find a new love this year? Are you ready to find love this year? Are you ready to start making the creation within yourself to attract that person into your life? So what I mean by that is, and again, I'm not sure what the distance between the recent loss. Oh, I'm loving all these hearts and thumbs up. Thank you, everybody. That's amazing. I love it. I am getting to all the questions, so bear with me as we move through. Kim, what do you want in a relationship? What do you want in a person that you want? Are you in that frequency to attract the same? So first things, what are the qualities you want in a person? First of all, write those down. Write that list, really specific, even down to, I want them to drive this car, I want them to earn this much money, want them to have blue eyes and blonde hair, whatever it is that you want in that person. You can attract the exact thing that you want. And when you write things down, if you're not specific, then remember, non-specific is what you're going to get. And don't settle. Like, if there's one thing missing off that box, don't settle for it, because you're specific about what you want. You are looking for something particularly because all these others that were missing those things in the tick box section didn't work out for whatever reason. And this is this brings up another great point. What has gone wrong in your previous relationships, and how did you contribute to that? Because remember, a relationship doesn't just break down from one side. There are two sides to everything, 99% of the time. I know there are circumstances sometimes where it's absolutely nothing to do with the person, especially when they're very physically abusive, violent relationships, then that is usually not necessary. But you don't want to attract that back, so you have to be very specific. Have you had a break long enough within yourself to actually attract the person you're looking for? Do you love yourself unconditionally, inside and out? This is important, because if you're not totally in love with who you are unconditionally, then you are not going to attract unconditional love back. So lots of things there that you can work on to bring that forward. And when you're ready, it will show up. As I said, if there's one thing missing off that box and you go with that, then the one with everything in that tick box comes along and keeps walking because you don't see it, because you've settled for less than. Okay. Tammy, hello and welcome. Oh, yes. Hang on, Manda. Thank you. Great. Yes. We will definitely send love and healing to the earth. What a great suggestion. So let's all send all of our love and healing to the earth to rejuvenate and come back with really great climate ability to maintain the way that we work with the earth. And I think that's a really great point. Thank you. Tammy, guidance on career. Okay, I'll come up to that. Natasha, feeling happy that I've moved here, but a little scared as change can do that. Absolutely. How does one integrate in? Great question. I love this, Natasha. Thank you for asking this question. Natasha, how can you integrate in a new community? All right. First of all, Natasha, are you in business with you for yourself, or do you work for someone else? That will make a difference on how I answer the first part of that question. But also in doing that, look at community activities through the school if you have children, or through your workplace where if you're working, or your partner's workplace, whatever your situation is there. Look for ways to integrate with them, at least until you get settled. And you know what? It's very normal to feel scared when you move to a brand new place with no friends, no ability. Are you into sports? Look at joining those sporting clubs. That's a really great way to meet people, and definitely to start looking at how you can integrate with them on another level yet again. If you are in business with yourself, I'll come back to the beginning of that answer. If you're in business with yourself, join the local Chamber of Commerce, because they are really great business connection. And then you will hear of other networks that you can join that will help you with your business. It's up to you how you pick and choose to work with those networks. And in fact, my 5-day challenge, which is free, talks about this a lot. So Natasha, that might be something that you want to look at to bring forward into, it's a 5-day challenge. It takes you probably 10 or 15 minutes a day. There's a worksheet and you can work through that, but it does talk about those networks a bit as well. And, they're great places to start. But if you want, we'll put the link up for the challenge at some point towards the end of the show. Careers, I'm at a crossroads. Okay, Tammy, you're at a crossroads. So again, what are you looking for? Is there somebody in particular that you already want to work for? And all the hearts and thumbs are going up again. Thank you, everybody. If there's a particular office or business that you are looking at wanting to work for, write your list up. Go into that business and talk to them. Talk to them in a sense of, what, as a customer, like do a secret shopper type thing. Find out, because they may actually not be the people that you want to work for. So find out what the energy is like when you walk into their office. If there's an energy there that's uncomfortable, then you're probably going to find that things aren't so great in that office. But write the list. Who do you want to work for? How much income do you want to earn? What benefits do you want to gain from working there? So, phone, car, whatever goes with that, travel. Look at what position you want to step into and how you will manage that. Look at the team that's underneath them. How many people do you want to be working with and alongside, or supervisor, manager position? How many do you want in that team underneath you? all of these things, really specific about what you want. The exact job description, the skill set that you want to put into that as well is really important, because with that skill set comes, sometimes there's other duties you might have to do that you're not comfortable with. So write out exactly what you want that skill set to be, and not any other skills other than that. So have a look at that and see how that is. That may restrict you in some instances, but if there's skill sets that you don't want to be doing that often go with another position, and often there are, then you want to look at how you can move around that. So hopefully that list is going to create and write it and read it every day. Could you write that sleep affirmation on the chat or your page? I love it. Yes, you can. Manda, okay. I am so happy and grateful now that I experience sleeping peacefully and I can't type. Restful night every single night, and rise every single day feeling rejuvenated and revitalized, ready for my day ahead. There you go. Hopefully you'll get that, and that will be great. So, and you can add bits and to that, if you want to improve on that and make it bigger and more specific. That's very general, and I change it up depending on what I'm going through. So, but that's what I started with. Will my daughter's business increase? Look, Deb, great question. It's depends on the business and what happens. Maybe your daughter could could book a discovery call with me. I'd be really happy to look at. It's really hard to give you advice if I don't know what her challenges are or what she's looking at. But she's more than welcome to click on the link on this page. You can copy and paste it and send it to her, and ask her to do a discovery call with me. As a behavior breakthrough specialist, I work with people in business and really break through what's limiting them. So often it's a deeper issue than just, will they increase? There's something going on that's blocking her from going to that next level, and I can definitely help her out with that. So as far as that goes, that's a call that she will be able to make. I'll do a 15-minute revival call with her, look at what's going on there. And if I have to do a follow-up call with her, I'm certainly more than happy to do that, because it's hugely important that, we don't leave off and leave her hanging. I don't do that. I'm all about adding value. And, my 1 minute, my 15-minute revival calls are never 15 minutes. They often are, a lot more than that. But if we can finish in 15 minutes, great. And the more that I get these bookings, the more I have to stick to that time. But in saying that, I can rebook with her. These are free calls. These don't cost anything. I don't sell anything on these calls. All I want to do is help you. So that might be really helpful for her. Natasha Kim, I know the pain about the loss of your fur baby. Yeah, just before Christmas. Just when the soul is happy and in a better place and will greet us one day. Perfect. Perfect, Natasha. Thank you for that. Colleen, thanks heaps. Yeah. Jody, hello. Welcome to the show. Will you be married this year? I'm not sure, Jody. Are you in a relationship already? Because that will make a big difference. And I'm sure that you are. Sorry. I like to have a bit of fun along the way in this show. So what do you want? What do you want to be married? Do you want to be married this year? What do you want that marriage to look like? So be really careful about what you're asking for. You know, do you want to be married? Well, anybody can be married, but are they going to be in a loving relationship? You need to write down exactly what you want that marriage to look like. And that relationship, if you're not already in a relationship, and that will be fast moving if you're not in a relationship. But look at what you want that marriage to look like, how you want it to work, what you're going to contribute to that, what you want your partner to contribute to that, how you want to blend the marriage together, how you want your finances to be, how you want your home to be, you know, what you want your future to look like, what you want your children to be. You know, how many of those do you want? Are you on the same page? All of these things make a big difference. It's not just about getting married. It's a long process that we all have to work at very hard to make sure that it works. Because if it's not working, and marriage is a disposable contract these days. So you don't just want to be married. You really want to think about what you want that marriage to be. And if you're in a relationship, is this the right relationship to be married in? So they're really important questions and things. And writing that list up, be specific, what you want it to be, what you want it to be, what it looks like. You know, all of those things I mentioned, really important. Hey, Deborah, welcome. Hello. Sandra, hello to you too. Oh, love all the little lovey, kissy heart icons going up. Melissa, welcome to the show. Jody, hello. Melissa, any advice on health? Okay, what's going on, Melissa? Let me know a little bit about that. I would love to know if there's something specific you want to know. And what you're doing with that at the moment. So if you can just give me a little bit more information, we can definitely, you know, work on that. So whether it's just general information or whether it's specific, we'll work on what you can do there. Natasha, Natasha, yes, you're backwards and forwards. Thank you, guys. Amanda, thank you. You're welcome. My absolute pleasure. And Deborah, you know, my pleasure too. Please ask your daughter to give me a call. Let me see. Am I going to find my documents? I've had to close a lot of things down, but I've got the link for the call right here. If Deborah, I'm just going to reply this to you. It will go in at the end of the show as well, which is absolutely fine. Just really ask her to, you know, talk to me because we can definitely work on that. I've lost my place now. Just bear with me. I had a bad year last year. Yeah, look, Melissa, I definitely can relate to that. Not everything is a great time for everybody. On the 7th of January this year, we started a brand new 38-year cycle when Pluto and Saturn came together for the first time in 38 years. So even if you were working at building a better environment with yourself and within yourself, then all that work will start to come to you this year. And this 38-year cycle is for new beginnings. It's for the foundations. It's for, you know, taking those leaps into, you know, more successes and more wealth. And if you're in business, it's been huge. This is really significant and will play a huge part in the future of your business. And, you know, when you put things in place and you really work at having everything that you want, your dreams, your wishes, your desires, then if you've done all the work, then you will find that things will definitely start to happen. And already, you know, we are almost a month in. I have seen some really great changes coming with the things that I've put into place particularly towards the end of last year, when I did a lot of change ups with what I do and how I do it. Different funnels that I put in, because the funnels are all about, creating a different, more specific, because when I grow, so does the audience that I want to capture grow. So, things change all the time. It depends on how quickly you can make those leaps. So yeah, I definitely understand. Jody, my pleasure. My pleasure. You're welcome. Robin, hello. I don't know, Robin. I don't know if she'll ever wake up to herself. It's a journey. It's a journey. And it's usually the ones that are closest to us that are the hardest to influence. While they're young, it's different. And if things happen and they start moving off track, then sometimes we just have to let them learn the lesson. There's always going to be a lesson. And, sometimes they'll learn it. Sometimes they'll continue on the same path. I've seen it with my own daughter. It doesn't matter what you do. It doesn't mean that the ones that you are closest to are going to take notice of what you do. There's things that happen, and, it doesn't matter how old they are. Sometimes they still make the decisions that they want to make until they actually do the healing within and do the work inside. So, is there something more specific that I can help you with on that question? I'd love to know what that is. I'm not sure what's going on. Has somebody got somebody who gets sort of tickles around their face down here, down the left side? It's like a hair's tickling me, but it's not. There's nothing there. It might mean something to somebody. Hi, are you drawn to me for any reason? Catrice. Did that message I just gave, I didn't see this message there. It was down too low, but no, I don't know. Is there something on your left-hand side of your face that you need some help with? Don't know. But I'm here to help everyone, Catrice. So please ask if there's a question. I know I've seen you on this show before. I know that name. So definitely ask a question, pardon me, if there's something I can help you with. I want to answer everybody's questions. If they've got challenges, I want to help them work through it. So it is very much reliant upon you asking a question. Deborah, has my son realized that he has to change his bad habits? I think that might be similar to, is my daughter ever going to wake up to herself, from Robin. Deborah, look, people are only going to change habits when they understand what those habits do. And, this is exactly what I do. I help people move through the old patterns and behaviors that limit them and cause them challenges, and stop self-sabotage and procrastination and a whole array of other things, because they want to. And until you're ready, until he's ready, until he wants to, it's not going to happen. And this happens from two occurrences: a huge impactful experience, life-threatening, experience, something that really changes your life forever, like, stuck somewhere for days and days and days without ever thinking you're going to get rescued, that type of thing, or near drowning, and I'm not putting that out there, but these experiences, or a horrific car accident, where these things can make such a huge impact on your life that you have to change something. And that's what changes it, or the want to change. Now, the want to change is never as easy because they often don't want to change or don't realize that they need to change. They always think it's everybody else's fault. They always blame everyone else. So what is it that you want him to change? And start writing up how you want that relationship to look. What area that you're looking at to increase his life. You can write affirmations up and send him so much love and blessings every single day. And, you build the relationship on how you want that to look. Write it in your daily work. How do you want that relationship to look? Because that is going to make a huge difference on the way that your relationship is, and then things can start to change. So he won't even know what's going on. Don't try and force opinions onto them. You just sometimes have to let that take the course. But you can do the background work, and the background work will definitely influence the way he behaves. Manda, is this year for me to find a loving and safe relationship, currently single? And again, Manda, everything you want in that relationship. This is a huge year for so many things. If you want what you want in that relationship, write it down, be specific, and then lift your frequency to come up to the level of what you want to attract, because you're going to get exactly what you want to, what you believe you're worthy of. So it's really important to lift your frequency up to the level of what you want and be that person already. Love yourself unconditionally. All relationships should be safe. And yes, I know they're not. My background, I've come from domestic violence. So, I know not every relationship is safe for whatever reason. And it's really important to do the work and create this beautiful relationship and visualize it and how it makes you feel. And, every time you want to add another quality of a person, you see something great in a person. I want that quality in the person that I want to love. Write it down, add it to your list, and really embrace that so deeply within that you become that person. Melissa, I do. I can't remember. Oh, yeah, you do. You feel... yeah, it absolutely could be. If there's somebody that you've lost that is trying to send you a message, it definitely could be spirit. I have high blood pressure because of the worry of her. Yeah, Robin. Look, we can't. Okay, just your health is important. So worrying about what they do is out of your control. I mean, their actions is out of your control. Worrying about it is not going to help it. So journal your emotions, journal your feelings, journal your health issues that are related to that. Is it that has caused your high blood pressure, or is it something else? Did you have high blood pressure before that and you didn't know? So, while we blame other things for causing something, what's the inside issue that has created high blood pressure other than what your daughter is going through? And it's really important we have to let go of that emotional attachment, because no amount of worry is going to help them. No amount of worry is going to fix it. No amount of worry is going to increase it. So again, write down how you want that relationship to be, what you want that relationship to look like. Send her love and blessings every single day. Feel how you want. You're walking down the street with your daughter, and you're in this great place, and You're going shopping and you're going to have a coffee and, all of these things, or a cup of tea, whatever it is that you have. Think about these things and write them down. I'm so happy and grateful now that we are. I'm going to pick my daughter up and we're off to the shops to do some shopping and have lunch, and, write it down. Feel the emotion that goes in with that. Visualize what that looks like. That's what's important to do. Okay, we also have a sound of light switch going on very quickly every night. Oh, yeah, perhaps if there's somebody letting you know they're there, is there, okay, left hand just inside my thumb here has just, I don't know what that is, so I'm not sure who this person is that is connected to you, what that feeling is in there. That could be the switch, I don't know, but just a rush of pain suddenly through there. So that could be something. That's so weird. You know who this person is, and this person is letting you know they're here, they're keeping an eye on you, they're watching you. Oh, this really hurts. I don't know what that is. Tiger, hello, thank you for joining us. Deborah, thank you for your wise words. You're very welcome. Absolutely, don't give them a go, do them. Be consistent. You must do them every single day, because as soon as you stop, the flow stops and you have to start again. So if you miss a day for any reason, this is going to cause a break in the flow and a break in what you're trying to create. So it's really important every single day of what you want. Struck a chord with those words. Manda, thank you. Yeah, you're very welcome. My comment had disappeared. Not sure why. Melissa. Oh, that's really weird. Ooh, somebody doesn't want you to make comments. Gavin, welcome. Thank you for joining us. Melissa, will you get sick again? Melissa, look, I think it's really important that you look at what's causing the sickness. What is this about? What is it really that is going on? When was the first time? Actually, if you don't mind putting it in, when you say, will you get sick again, what is that? What is the illness? What's the sickness? Because I might be able to help you more specifically if you don't mind doing that. Otherwise, book a revival call with me. Let's have a chat. My pleasure, Robin. Hi, Leisha. Welcome to the show. Thank you for joining us. And Anna, hello, darling yourself. It's great to have you here. Look, Anna, it's really important to look at where you want to work. So if you've got a specific skill set, which most of us have, look at the businesses around you closer to home and look at the businesses that you would like to work with and start writing up. I am so happy and grateful now that I get up every day and I start getting ready to go to work in the name of the business, where the street address of the business, but also know who that business is. So you might want to walk into the business and just get a feel of the energy. If the energy is not good, that's probably not where you want to work. And energy is never just an off day. Energy is something that's created on a consistent level that stays within that business on the way the business operates. So, who do you want your boss to be? What sort of qualities do you want them to have? What sort of staff do you want him to have employed? What's the feeling and emotion around that you would like to work with? What sort of environment do you want? What sort of reception and influence do you want to have in that business? What sort of acknowledgements are you going to get as a staff member? Are you going in as a team leader? Are you going in as a staff member? Do you want to go up the ladder? Is there room for you to go up the ladder? All of these are really important questions to be asking. Funny you mentioned that pain in your thumb. I get that too, as well as the light switch noise. That's really weird. That's so weird. So, excuse me, everyone. Oh, I think I tripped it. Really important. Think about the people that you know that are no longer here, and see whether or not there was issues with their hands. Because it could be that person, whether it's your grandmother, and I don't know why I said that, but that maybe that's the person, I don't know. That might be the thing that's going on for you. Maybe they had a stroke and they had no movement in their thumb, I'm not sure. You know, think about these things, because you'll come up with who this person is that is supporting you. So to release the guilt I feel about my friend, do I have to write the affirmations? Yeah, write the positive affirmations, Kim. Don't write anything about guilty or being at fault or anything. Journal that information, release those emotions, because what you do is you journal it, you release as you journal. So how you feel about all of that, you can write the guilt and what happened, write all that down. Then what you do is you go, okay, am I really responsible for that? Probably not. So no, I don't own this guilt. This was not my fault. Understand that, and then go, okay, I'm going to send all these emotions over to where they belong, which is no longer with me. And then you start writing your affirmations. So it's really good way to do it. Hi, Emily. Welcome. Donna. Hello. Will I move this year to my own home? Okay, Donna, great question. Do you want to move into your own home this year? Are you ready to move into your own home? Where do you want your own home to be? What do you want that to look like? How many bedrooms, ensuite, bathrooms, garage, high, 2-level, single level, suburb, street, if you know a street. What are you looking for in that home? If you truly want this, and you truly believe that you deserve and are worthy of it, and I absolutely think you are, and you believe within yourself that it is your time, then your frequency will run at that level, and your affirmations and your work that you do around that. I'm so happy and grateful now that I live in my own home, which is fully paid for. You know, all of these things that you add into that affirmation can be as long or as short as you want it to be. But if the more specific you are, then the more likely you're going to receive exactly what you want. The perfect home will come into your opportunity when you're ready. If there's one thing you don't like in this home, it's like a relationship that's missing key points and elements that you want in a relationship. If there's anything missing from that, it's obviously not going to make you completely happy. You must be completely happy. So the list that you write, if there's anything missing off that, that's not completely happy with what you're purchasing. That opportunity will come through. So really, really important. Okay. Jacqueline, do I have spirit present in my home? I think we all have spirit present in our home. You know, I know that this home that I'm in at the moment, there is definitely spirit around this home. And I think that, you know, that's okay. Most of the time you're going to find that spirit's only good, kind and gentle, and are here not to annoy you. They're here to, there could be something underlying that you want to recognize, that you need to recognize, to create something more in your life. So just go with it and feel the energy, and I know I've even said, it's okay, I'm happy that you're here, do what you need to do. And actually, in fact, I haven't seen or felt it for a very long time. So for quite a few months, actually, I think way before Christmas. So, they come and go. And when you've got what you need to take from that and they've given you what you need, then they'll just move on. Deborah, how do you start off an affirmation? I am so happy and grateful now that, and usually I have, now that, I am, I have, I love, I bring, that is the very beginning of an affirmation. So, yeah, definitely the way to do it. My pleasure, Anna. My pleasure, Kim. Hope I've helped you all out with this today. Donna says, yes. Perfect. I've written what I want down in the beginning of last year, but nothing. Do you write it up every day, Donna? If you're not writing it every day, you've broken the flow. Just keep writing it every single day. Donna, every day. Every day I write very close to 2 pages of my affirmations, and then I give it to my husband and he shreds it. Every single day. Every day I write it down. Because if I don't write it down and I don't feel it every day that I write it down, then I'm breaking the flow and I'm not in frequency to vibrate out to the universe to receive what I want. Really, really important. Amanda Gifford. Hello, Amanda. Have you got a message for me? Not sure. What are you looking for, Amanda? If you could give me a bit more information. We have about 3 minutes to do this. Kim, I think many people think you are a medium or clairvoyant. Look, I can definitely, when opportunities arise, there's definitely some channeling that goes on, and that's okay. And that's fine. When I put up that I'm going live on this show, I put up exactly what we're going to talk about. I put up that, we're going to help with challenges and things. I don't put up that I'm, and on my thing, it's a breakthrough behavior specialist. So, there's lots of things, and that's okay. There's many mediums and clairvoyants and card readers on this show, and, they're more than welcome to do that. I am a psychic protection healer as well. Yes, I have a pendulum, and yes, I can give you answers to your questions, but it's not healing the inside. It's not doing the work and creating what you truly want. So for me, it doesn't embrace who I am. And I did do this at the very beginning, after a few session shows. And after about the first 5, I moved into doing that because I thought maybe that would create more. But I felt superficial. I felt like I wasn't giving the meaning and the value of what the causes are, because while some people are happy to walk away from that with those answers, what are they doing to create it? And this is the real question. What are you doing to create it? What are you doing to lift your frequency? Giving you a yes or no means nothing if you're not doing the inner work. So that's how I work. That's me. A feather landed on my lap recently. It was very browny grey. I wasn't thinking about anything in particular at the time, but it felt special. Do you have a feeling about what it might mean? Look, I think feathers are really good. They're a really good sign. Color of feathers, I'm not so sure. So that would be something, maybe, I don't want to give you wrong information. So I would say just Google what a browny gray feather means when it lands in your lap. If you're specific about the question you're asking in Google, it will give you more information. So I'd love to know, actually, Emily, if you could share that with me. My pleasure, Deborah. No, just once, and stuck it on my wall and left it there all year. And if you're not looking at it and you're not reading it, then it means nothing. And writing actually has a bigger influence on your subconscious mind to bring that alignment in than just looking at something or typing it electronically. So Donna, it's important to have, and you saw I write, physically write, because that is being ingrained into your subconscious mind. You see, when we're born, we are created with more negativity than we are positivity. And you know that therefore the subconscious mind is full of this negative activity. And you know, there's so many more causes for failure than there is for success. I think there's like 30 causes for failure, but only 13 causes for success. And so what that means is the subconscious mind has to be overridden and retrained. And the only way you can do that is by believing. It's really important to believe what you're writing down. Believe that you're worthy of it. Believe that you deserve it. So that's a really important thing. So write it down every day. Every day. The more you do it, twice a day if you can, morning and night. Melissa, thank you for responding to my comments. You're very welcome. My pleasure. I will always respond to everybody's comments. We are on 12:01. I do have to go. Can reading and saying out aloud our affirmations be? No. It can help, but writing, you would have just heard what I just said there, Manda. Writing influences the subconscious mind. Cassandra, wow, I love your background. I love it too. Purple's my business color, so I love it. I'm going to pop a link in as well for those who want that revival call, discovery call. I wrote a whole lot about the house I want. Do I have to write the whole page every day? Yeah, write it every day. The more you write it, the more you're going to influence the opportunity to come your way. Emily, my pleasure. Thank you for being here. Eva, hello. We are just leaving. I'm so sorry. Thank you for jumping on, though. All right. Links for revival call, which is free, guys. No selling on this call. I just want to give you value. That's the revival call. And look, I will put up as well, I have my 5-day challenge. I'm going to pop that link in also because that is free and I really want you to transform your results in 2020. I'm going to pop it in. I'll see you all very soon. Thank you so much for being here. Mwah. Have an absolutely extraordinary week. I will talk to you next week. Bye for now.